Well, hey there, friends. Welcome to episode number 132 of It'll Be Fine, the socially distant baking food chat show. I'm your friend and your pal, Kelly Zemnickis. I thank you so much for being here today. And to whoever it was that invented the air conditioner, whomever that was, thank you. Because it's about 110 here in Toronto today. And the fact that I still can't get a haircut doesn't help my case much. But thanks to our friend the hair elastic, we're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, guys. And we are making today a perfect summery treat that is also keto friendly. Yeah, guys, we're doing a keto friendly Frosty today. The oven is on vacay for this episode. We just need our buddy the fridge and just let it cool out there and chill. And this is going to be good. This is exactly what you need right now. And I'm getting to do this alongside the super funny and the really awesome Carrie Ormond is on the show today. Carrie is a comic I've gotten to know doing comedy online. She's coming to us today from her home on Fire Island. This is super cool. It's definitely feeling fiery today here where I live. That is for sure. So you've got two cool gals. We're making a super cool treat. Clearly, it's going to be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Here's what we need today to make the Frosty. Today's bake, non-bake really, we are going to the website of Eat Well 101 for this keto-friendly chocolate Frosty. So here's what I'm going to be using. Cocoa powder. The recipe calls for unsweetened, but all cocoa powder is unsweetened as far as I'm concerned. We need vanilla extract, a liquid sweetener of your choosing. I'm going with maple syrup. I'm going to be doing this one with sunflower seed butter and whipping cream, or as my American friends may call it, heavy cream. And then to garnish, I'm going to use sesame seeds, and I know this isn't keto friendly, but it is a Cadbury flaky bar, and it's going to be perfect for it. So I'm not keto, so I can do this. Anyhow, that's all you need.
Ingredients.
Amazing. This is, this is a pretty easy thing. I think we're gonna
It'll be fine. Isn't that what we say?
Well, that is the name of the show. Yeah. And as I've pointed out to some people, on my arm is tattooed, all is possible. So I have to believe this brand.
Oh my God, I am obsessed with that. I was gonna say earlier, I was thinking just the phrase "it'll be fine" is something that I use a lot, and at my last job, a colleague and I used to just say, no matter what it was, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. So like the ceiling is leaking, there's asbestos water raining down on our customers. I'm fine with that. Cool. Yeah, it'll be fine. So this is right up my my alley. So I'm like keto-ish. I'm really not great at it because I love wine and, just things. But I'd say keto-ish for maybe like a year or two. Okay. All it really means is that I typically stay away from like gluten and wheat. That's about it. But there's no allergy. There's literally no rhyme or reason other than I started doing it a couple years ago, and I don't know, I like it. And so then I was like, I don't make any, I cook nightly.
Right.
Like I make all the meat and all the things. And so I was like, this is something that I need to explore. So this is fun and different for me.
Yeah, I think if you're, usually the doing the dinners, the lunches, that kind of thing, I think it's good to have a dessert in your back pocket. Never hurts.
Totally. I've texted the neighbors who will be receiving, portions of this, and they're like, oh my God, I never thought I'd see the day when Carrie made a dessert. They're like, do you need to use my blender? I was like, Oh no, guys, I found my hand mixer, so we are gonna be great.
Alrighty, so what we're using today is a recipe from Eat Well 101. And for the viewers at home, you just need to scroll into the YouTube show description. You'll find a link. You can make this yourself. And it's pretty simple. All we are going to need is the following. We need whipping cream, heavy whipping cream. It's funny, in Canada, we just call it whipping cream. We don't add heavy.
And is there a light whip? A whip? And I also like to say like a whip.
Oh,
Whipping cream?
There is, but they go by different names. Like when you go to the grocery store, you see the percentages, and the heaviest one is called whipping cream. There's no heavy.
Oh, see, and I have a very, oh, you know what? I'm lying. I already took out the recycling. I was going to show you my box in the States where I got mine. It does say heavy whipping cream.
It's an American thing. That is so not a Canadian thing, which is funny. I think it's also an American thing to say unsweetened cocoa powder, because I have yet to find a sweetened cocoa powder.
Is that real? See, I was thinking that
it's all unsweetened.
Interesting. So even like, because this one says the one that I bought is for baking and drinking, which I like both of those things.
Yeah.
I guess I just assumed that there was added stuff. So this is like great for any keto people out there to be like, it is just unsweetened.
Someone who watching this can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've worked in bakeries, I've worked in restaurants. I have just come to know cocoa powder as just unsweetened across the board.
Well, then we're, I guess we're late to that party, Kelly.
Yeah. The only thing I would not suggest is using something like a quick chocolate mix drinking cocoa powder. I mean, that is sweetened. Like, don't use that for this. You've got to go find a cocoa powder, which, yeah.
Yeah.
Just fun facts, guys. We're all about fun facts. We also need for this, you can use whatever peanut or nut butter, which is the funniest sounding thing ever. What are you using for today?
Okay, so first of all, my favorite thing about this like jar is that the label is upside down because they want you to store it so the oil does like the appropriate thing. Which it is what it is. And it's also called Nutso butter, as in like crazy, Nutdzo, Nutso keto butter. So it's paleo, vegan. It's got all these, almonds, Brazil nuts, all the seeds and all that good stuff. I eat this regularly, but I also feel like it's going to be great in this recipe.
I definitely think so. I am going with the brand Nuts to You nut butter.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm using
Nuts to You,
and I'm using sunflower seed.
Look at us.
Which I love.
That's about the only seed nut that's not in my nutso. I have almonds, coconut, Brazil nuts, pecans, macadamia, flax, chia, and Celtic sea salt.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but in the playback, it's got a little toaster with nuts flying out of the toaster saying nuts.
Oh my God.
You need a sweetener, a liquid sweetener of your choice. I'm Canadian, so I'm doing maple syrup, baby.
That's a really good idea. I have some syrup. So how important is the liquid factor? Because I have some like stevia leaf, like sweetener.
I think that should be fine. I mean,
I use it in like hot and cold beverages all the time. It blends in well.
I mean, there's really just one way to find out, Carrie.
I think we're just gonna do it. So for that, I've got my little sweet leaf, which is keto friendly, apparently. Organic stevia sweetener.
There you go. And then to top this, I'm going to top it up with some sesame seeds, which I have here, and the very British and the super delish flaky bar, or the flake bar, which is not keto friendly, but I'm not keto, so that's fine.
Who cares? No. I mean, when you hear what mine is, I crushed up some hazelnuts and chocolate peanut butter cup. So.
Oh my God.
Legit just like ground up some Reese's. So, it's again, keto-ish.
Keto-ish. Yeah. I have to say, of all the keto folks I've met, because my boyfriend dabbles in keto, I feel like everybody who's keto dabbles in keto.
Agree. My boyfriend's the same way. And then all of a sudden I turn around and he's eating a pastrami on rye. And I'm like, we're just, today we're not? And he's like, yeah, today we're not.
Okay, so to begin, the first thing, and by the way, if anyone's like me, I don't know, Carrie, maybe you were like this. When I saw Frosty as the dessert, my mind immediately went to Wendy's.
100%. That's what I'm channeling today.
And you know what I used to do when I'd go to Wendy's? I would have my Frosty with a side of fries, and I would dip my French fries in my Frosty.
See, this is so nice to know that this crosses the Canadian border, because I thought that was maybe just, I grew up in LA. Okay. I thought it might just be like a Cali thing, and then maybe just a me thing, but that's right on. I'm glad that this is.
Yeah, it's the only way to eat a Frosty is with French fries dipped into it.
I suppose you could use a straw, but what's the point?
No, I never used the straw.
I'm just thinking maybe like a spork. Like I think the most effective utensil is a fry if you're gonna do it at Wendy's.
Yeah, chocolate Frosty with a fry. All right, I may be making French fries for me and my roommates here. All right. Okay, so to start this off, in a medium bowl, I've got the KitchenAid here. You've got your hand blender. We are going to take 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and whip it. Whip it up.
Whip it good.
Whip it good.
And I'm doubling this up
Right.
just so I have extra. So I've got some double dose here.
Excellent.
Now, as someone who's definitely never done this before, what are we trying to do here?
So basically, we're just trying to get this stiff. Right now it's very liquidy and light, but as you know from being a Frosty connoisseur such as myself, we want a bit of girth to this. So
by whipping it, that is supposed to happen?
Yeah, it should. Wow. But that is the plan. I'll just show you here, like it's just getting thicker.
Yours is like definitely thicker than mine.
It could be the fact that I'm using like a KitchenAid compared to a hand blender, but just keep going. We'll just get a little bit more junk in the trunk here.
Thank God for editing, right?
So the next step is to take that sweetener, of which we need, if you're like me, using liquid, 5 drops, or I guess for you, maybe.
I'm gonna do the packet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna add in. I guess be liberal with your drops.
Couple drops for a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We need how much nut butter? We need 1 tablespoon of our nut butter or seed butter or combination.
All the nutty nutso things.
All the things. All right. Just a little spoon thing. We'll just dump that in there. All right. There we go. Okay, what else is needed? Vanilla extract. We need 1 teaspoon, not tablespoon, teaspoon. What we're looking for, she's got here, we need to see the thick frosting. So we definitely want a bit more meat to this, you know. I'm so good at my baking terms. I'm so good.
We need more meat in the this is keto.
Seeing some more stuff happening here. Good. And then the next thing we are going to do is fold in our cocoa powder. Fold it up.
All right, mine's finally starting to get a little thicker. Yeah, we're cooking with gas with this bigger bowl. So now folding in, I'm gonna fold in my cocoa powder. Yeah. What does fold mean? Do we just?
I always ask because I feel like it became such a thing. Did you watch the show Schitt's Creek?
Yes.
Do you remember the scene with David and Moira doing the fold in the cheese?
Strangely, no.
Look that up. It is one of my favorite scenes from Schitt's Creek.
That's amazing. I mean, every scene that I've seen is my favorite scene. That, I mean, they are just epic characters. Catherine O'Hara is like my goddess.
Oh, she's the queen. Catherine O'Hara is the queen. And
Yes.
it's this beautiful moment of like, what does it mean? It means fold in the cheese. It's just brilliant. So take your cocoa powder, dump it in.
Okay.
All right.
Did it?
And basically, I'm going to see if this, let's see if I can do this properly. So
Yeah.
instead of doing a stir like one would do,
Yeah.
don't do this. Don't do this motion. Do more of this motion of folding one side. Pretend you're folding like a piece of paper or a bed sheet.
Yeah. And I'm trying to cover the chocolate like that's the baby.
Exactly.
We're like swaddling the powder.
Right. And swaddle. And swaddle.
We're achieving frostiness.
And now what it says is once we have folded in our cocoa, it wants it back on the mixer and beat again until it's combined and thick.
I like it.
Yeah, this sounds great. Oh, the cat's back. Yeah.
Hi, bud.
Hi.
You want some whipping cream? Oh, this is exciting. Yeah, he'll clean the other bowl that we discarded, and yeah, he's on it.
Excellent. All right, so we're gonna get this back in the mixer and then just beat again until it is thick.
Love it.
Three eyes on thick. You know.
That.
Awesome. Lovely. And how many people are you serving today with your treat?
I'm gonna do 4, so I doubled it up, and I'm gonna make 4 little cup things.
All right, got 2 little guys here. Yeah, because this, maybe I missed it on the recipe, but I don't think it said how much this, did it say how many people this worked?
It says 2.
Okay, I didn't see that. So friends.
It was very subtle, and I then said, you know, if I'm gonna do it, let's just do it.
I will say it was one of those recipes, and a lot of people bitch about this, but it was like, there was too much backstory. I just want the recipe.
And a ton of images.
So many. Oh my gosh. Eat Well 101 went to town on the, you know, the background stock images. It was great.
Yeah, the graphics were on point.
Alrighty. So yeah, if you're making this for like a family of 5, double accordingly.
Definitely double it up.
Yeah, definitely want to tidy it up before plating, but this is looking super good. So these babies are going to go into the fridge for about 30 minutes. And then we can eat them. Yay!
I've got my 4 little cups. I'm going to put them in my fridge.
I think it's a perfect time to play a little bit of Q&A to get to know Carrie better.
Oh my God, this is my jam. Let's do it.
Questions and answers. Alrighty. Oh, here's a good one. Just because I'm a big reader. Is there a book that has a special significance to you?
Oh, well, of course. Gosh, there are many. And there's a woman who has written many. Her name is Pema Chodron, and she's written this book called When Things Fall Apart, and it is just, I totally recommend everybody read it, even if things aren't currently falling apart for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's mindfulness, it's life skills for when times get tough and everywhere in between. And man, that one was a good one.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
what about you?
I've definitely heard of that book. So given your
Yeah.
recommendation, I might check that out.
There is
Yeah.
also like a high school literature book that most people in the state of California had to read, which is called Things Fall Apart, which I think is by Chinua Achebe. Different book, both great, but the one by Pima has been like my jam for a couple of years, and it's easy to go back and pick up and reread. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, that's definitely a good suggestion. I think one for me, just given the fact that we're both in the comedy world and
Yes.
whatnot. Amy Poehler's book, Yes, Please. I found like having, it was like having her in my house, just telling me things were going to be okay. Go for it. Accept the fact that things fall apart.
Yeah.
Open yourself to saying yes and trying and living. That book I read so quickly because I was just laughing
it.
up. Yeah, I found it inspiring, engaging, funny, and a good just like confidence booster. I love that book.
Yeah, that's amazing. I actually haven't read that one yet, but everybody raves about it.
That's a really good book.
I need to go pick that up.
Yeah. And I just read Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights.
Oh.
If I had the money, everybody I know would have a copy of that book. If you want a book about inspiring and living life and just again, this whole concept of being open, rolling with things when they don't work, trusting your gut when you know that's not what you really want to do. Holy mackerel. That book is, I'm getting goosies. I love it.
Look at us. This has turned into like a chicken soup for the soul session, and I couldn't be happier. Another great one is Gabrielle Bernstein is The Universe Has Your Back. That's another.
I have that book.
It's great. She's awesome. I think it's literally on my nightstand still. If anybody wants to follow me or reach out and ask for like wellness reading stuff, I mean, everything. That's the world I come from. So that's what most of my bookshelf is. Yeah. And then it's like spotted with like, I've been doing some like classics this whole pandemic. So I knocked off a couple that I strangely had never read, like Moby Dick.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my fries started. Hold on.
Oh, hell yeah. What else did I do? Crime and Punishment. You gotta keep it fresh, man.
I will say, in terms of Gabby, I am so on that level. That book was given to me in the summer of 2019. I was out in British Columbia doing a comedy show, and a comic gifted me that book. He was like, someone gave this to me, I'm going to give it to you. And that was like, I needed that book at that exact moment. I love how that just flew into my lap. And then on the note of the classics, during this pandemic, I have owned up to the fact that I am never going to read Anna Karenina.
Oh, I think that's a really self-aware discovery. You. All right, Cyrus, should we taste the deliciousness?
Yeah. Ready? Cheers.
Ready, set, go. Cheers.
Bon appetit. Oh man. That's awesome.
Oh, it's like.
That's awesome.
It's like a cold, like puddingy.
Yeah.
That's the real deal.
Oh man.
I'm having Wendy's flashbacks.
This is happiness in a cup. This is chocolatey and cooling, and the fry.
It is really good.
Oh my God, so sweet. Oh my God. I'll just try this without.
Oop, there's my timer.
There we go.
It's like, eat it. Do it now.